Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Well viewers, here we are, a very rare opportunity to see a first generation Fiat Uno. This is a 1986 Uno 70 SL. It's a very rare model. It was only made for about a year, I think. We're running the engine on this because it's not been started in a really long time. We just had to jump it with my mother's Mercedes that I'm borrowing at the moment. But yeah, it's running okay. 1.3 engine in this, which develops about 70 horsepower. You know, Fiat very kindly put the sort of PS power output figures on their cars back in the day. It's quite a high spec one, this. These are the optional alloys that you could get at the time. They're not what the car originally would have had. It would have had wheel trims, but they look very smart on this. The Uno is of course a car that we've pretty much forgotten in this country, I think. They sold lots of them at the time, but you know, they just rotted away. The rot was awful. It was terrible. Let's have a look inside then. It's owned by Mr Bushby, who many other Fiats you might have seen already on the channel. We've only actually done a small selection. There are even more to come. So there we go. We've got manual choke in here. Just leave that to run actually, because car's not been started in 2 years. So there we go. Let's see if we can get this wiper action going. Yes. Oh yes, mono wiper action. Fantastic. When I was a child, many years ago, a childminder that we had, who lived locally to where we were, she used to borrow her mother's Fiat Uno Eleganza. This isn't an Eleganza, it's an SL, but it's quite well specified. 5-speed gearbox, manual choke, of course, electronic instruments. No econometer on this. That came on the Eleganza like this. I can see the engine's actually warming up now, which is good. Heater controls are down there. Tape deck, of course. See what's in the glove box. Gosh, it's not a very good glove box for that, viewers, is it? There's a it's not enough space. We've got some Fleetwood Mac tapes in there though, and these Pioneer speakers. I don't know if those were like an option or something on this. Got a rear wiper going on as well, viewers. You've got all mod cons. Does that rear wiper, that's for washer. See if that rear wiper works. Yes, it does. I'll have to do that in the mirror so you can kind of see. Yes. Nice. Has a light switch there. Fog lamps as well. Those are the lights here. Might go and have a look outside and see what that looks like when we get in there. Door open warning light as well. Quite sophisticated for 1986, I think. Plastics aren't particularly nice. They're sort of typical 1980s Fiat. They're actually in very good condition for a car like this. They're just not. They never were like the nicest. Got electric windows, which I won't use because I'll get covered in rain, which won't be great. Internally adjustable mirrors. You know, these things were not in any way expected in a car like this. You couldn't get them on a lot of specifications of cars back in the day. So we'll just make sure we don't slam the door. There we go. So we'll take a look at the back. One of the reasons why you buy one of these anyway was to open it up. Oh, I'm going to need the key to that, aren't I? Which means we'll have to turn the engine off. Perhaps we'll not have to come back another time and do that then, because we don't want to turn the engine off because it might not start again. I'm not sure what the alternators are like. Can though open this up. There we go. There's loads and loads of headroom in this. I mean, compared to a 127 that I've just driven today, it's a very different proposition. The check straps I don't think are working properly on this, so I've got to be quite careful. If I just prop that up with my knee, there we go. It's quite a lot of headroom in here, my gosh. I've just seen that the mileometer's on less than 20,000 miles. You can tell though that it's like an older car from the 80s. We've got sort of bits like vinyl door panels down there. Again, this kind of hard wearing fabric seems to be quite typical of cars of this era. That's pretty good. We might wait a little bit longer to have a look in the boot. Once the engine's warmed up, maybe it's a good time maybe a bit charging the battery. That'll be good. Right, get out of here. So there we are, viewers. Got the lights on now. I'll turn those off in a sec actually, because they'll make the battery charge slower. Bonnet release is just down here. And then if you're Mr Richardson, of course, you've got your T-shelf action there. Okay. Right, I'm gonna just pause a second here whilst I open the bonnet. Can't quite get the bonnet stay to go in view, so I'm gonna have to just hold the bonnet myself. So we've actually got a windscreen washer fluid bag, which is pretty amazing. So carb on here. I haven't even got electronic ignition on here. I think we're still on point actually. So yes, 1.3 engine developing 70 horsepower. It's an overhead cam unit. I think this is derived from the tail engines in the old Fiat 128. So there you go, there's the distributor down there and everything. Quite a lot of room to work on stuff. I think the maximum engine size in one of these was a 1.4 for the petrols. But yeah, it's just amazing how nice and original this is. Let me turn these lights off, and might possibly have enough juice to open the boot. Let's see. Right, viewers, the problem's solved. We've got a lever down here instead. So there we go. Fantastic. So I'm just amazed at the condition of this car. It's just incredible. It's obviously been to shows and things. It's not been out in a couple of years. There's the spare wheel just under there. Sort of running a little bit better now. Like a Metro. The rear wiper assembly in there is massive, so it's maybe not the best in terms of putting the ultimate other stuff in there. The volume is a little bit restricted by that, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so that doesn't actually push in. You have the internal release, which is interesting. It's more like a Japanese thing, I would have thought. So yes, there we go. Just a little extra view before we finish and try to start another one of Mr Bushby's cars, which has been in the garage for even longer. This is like archaeology, this. But yeah, thank you very much indeed once again for watching. I do apologise for the terrible weather. There's not much I can do about that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like to leave a comment below. Maybe at some point this year, at some point next year I should say, not really good this year, this will come out to an MOT, and maybe we'll take it on the road. Thank you.